The anticipation is over. We are here.
Hello, and thanks for joining Making Artistic Recipes Kitchen Style for today's gardening segment. What we're going to do today is we're going to transplant our squash plants, and we're going to talk about some of the things that you can do to make them large, green, and healthy. So let's get started. So what we have here is 3 squash plants. I'm going to do 3 of them in this small pot to start off, and then I'll transplant them into a larger pot. We are going to do a transplant today. These came out of our tray. It's definitely time to get them in a pot. They've been waiting because I wanted to save them for this video. What I have here, I have a pot of soil. I have some Epsom salt, and I have some granule Miracle-Gro. So what we're going to do is we're going to dig a small hole in our pot, and in that hole we're going to add some Epsom salt. You could probably do about 2 tablespoons. And then we're going to add some granules of this Miracle-Gro, maybe about a teaspoon, not much. Once you've added that, you just break a little soil in there on top so your root system won't sit directly on that. And then you can sit your squash plants in there and cover the root system. If you see any dead foliage on there, you can pull that off, or you can leave it. So, we're also going to talk about squash borers. I don't know if you have issues with those in your area, but we definitely do where we are. So what we have been doing for that is trying to protect our plants until they get large enough and ready to bear. Because by the time they are ready to bear, the squash borers will have traveled the stem of your squash on the inside, and they will have killed your plant by the time it's time to bear fruit. Everyone may not have issues with them, but some may. So I'm going to give you a technique on something you can do to prevent that. I have a lot of squash in my garden at this time. I'm going to actually do a video showing all of the vegetables that I have growing in the garden right now. But this is what I have. I have a piece of screen. And what I do is, normally I put these in a large container. And in that container, I sit them down low so that I'll be able to cover it. And once they get large enough where they're ready to flower and get fertilized by bees or whatever you have in your garden, you'll take this off. But I wouldn't take it off until they flower, or if they get too big to have this on there. But what we're going to do today is I'm going to show you how I cover mine. I just take the screen, wrap the pot, and then I'll tie some wire around it to keep it in place. This screen will allow you to water your plant without having to take it off, and it'll also give them room to grow, and nothing will be able to get in there and attack your plant before it's large enough for you to enjoy some of your squash. And then when you tie it, and you can cut yours to fit where it doesn't look all bulky or whatever, it's just an example of what we're doing today. So Now that I've done that, I'm able to water this, sit it out in the sun. I don't have to worry about a squash board getting inside of there and laying eggs in my stem. What they do is they lay eggs in the stem right at the base of your plant, and then once it starts to grow, it eats. And once it gets larger, it just travels all the way up the stem of your plant. Once it's done with your plant, it'll go into the soil and it'll rest there, turn into a cocoon, whatever, until it turns into a moth or what, squash board bug. I'm gonna put images of those at the top of the screen. So we have basically covered everything about transplanting your squash plant and protecting your squash from squash borers. Thanks for watching Making Artistic Recipes Kitchen Style. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Thanks. Bye.